Hey, all, it's Dan with E-Wheeler Dealer. Thanks for joining. Today we are going to show a lineup of scooters that are just different and cool. And some of them, you know, I don't know. I've never seen them before. I mean, I've seen them online, but I've never seen anybody physically on with one of these, or even in some of the bike shops I've been in. I haven't seen these. So hopefully you like. And again, we're here helping you guys find great deals. Goal is to work with the dealers like yourselves and finding what you need to sell to your customers, and obviously work with the manufacturers. I'm your rep to them. I'm their rep to you, and we all win, beating and fighting the big online retailers and the big box guys. So with that, let's jump into E-Wheeler Dealer in partnership with the Zhihang Luqi Intelligent Company. Hmm. It's got a lot to it. Let's see here. So let me get rid of this. I wonder if I can make it a little bigger. I can. That works. Okay, so cool. Um, this first one, I really like. It's neat, neat scooter. It's patented design. It's beautiful as far as the finish and what they've done to it. The wheels are cool. You got a smaller wheel, bigger in the front, smaller in the back. So it's the 20-inch four wide in the back, and a 26-inch four in the front. Obviously, standing scooter. And speed wise, it looks like around what 17 miles an hour ish, and range looks like around what is that, about 35 miles. And yeah, it can handle a ton. It's a 500 watt, 48 volt, 20 amps, so that's why it can go for quite a while. And oh, it's got a 5 amp charger, so it charges really quick. That's impressive. Um, Usually the 4 amps are usually pretty quick, and people are blown away. Some of the e-bikes I'm selling have 4 amp chargers, and a lot of them only have 3 amp chargers. So when we give them the 4, they're real happy with that. And the price, I mean, $799 for this model, pretty cool, pretty darn cool. And yeah, yeah. So it's freight on board price, but we can get it. We can get it over here, no problem. No, not difficult, and price shouldn't be too bad. So you're gonna have a lot of margin still with that one. Next one is the L3. The previous one was the L2CE. This is the L3 EEC COC L1E C whatever. Um, uh, Same finish, hydraulic disc brakes, front and rear. It's got the removable battery, of course, the 3 speed, 5 amp fast charger. Yeah, 5 amps quick. And max speed, what, it's around 30, maybe 28 miles an hour or something, 28, 30 miles an hour. Range around what, 40, 45. Um, and 1,000 watt motor, 48 volt, 26 amp. That is impressive. That's more powerful than most e-bikes. And yeah, so reminds me of my old mini bike without the motor, right? Very cool. 799. I mean, even if shipping, maybe it costs us, I don't know, $50 a piece or something to get over here. You're talking, some, some serious margin. I mean, some of the bikes that I've seen similar to this, or the brand names, but they're two, three, $4,000 for this type. Actually, they're worse than this. They don't have 1,000 watt and 26 amp. They're like 750 watt and 20 amp at best. Um, this is a really cool scooter. It looks like you can stand because it's got the slope in the middle, but also you can sit on this one. And this is freaking awesome. I mean, this is an off-roader all day, man. Um, its max speed is 55 kilometers an hour, which is what, around 38, I think, 30, high 30s. And range, you're looking at what, somewhere between 20 and 40, 20 and 38 miles. And it can carry a load, and the motor is a 2,000 watt, 60 volt, 25 amp. That is beefy. That is major. That's major leagues. Hydraulic disc brakes, of course. I want this one. I don't have any dirt to ride it in near me, but I would find some. I'd have to go somewhere. This is really a cool vehicle. I really like it. I like everything about it. Everything. Beautiful. Reminds me of the old mini bike as well. Next one is the HL2, and this one has a max speed of 25 kilometers to 40 kilometers. So it looks like there's two different options. Oh yeah, there's two different options. There's the 1200 watt motor and the 2000 watt motor, which both of those are ridiculous. I mean, average e-bike 750 for watt. 60 volt, 20 amp. I mean, yeah, you're gonna go what? You can go what on this one? What 50? I would say what 40 to 65 miles. That's pretty cool. It looks like it has a dual battery option, or it has two batteries in it. Anyways, and the price is ridiculous for what it does. I mean, that's like $3,000-4,000 in some of the brand names, with a different style, of course. But looked like there's some add-ons that you can do here too. Double seat, phone holder, front headlight, and top case and holder, which is kind of cool. If you're gonna get that, you might as well get it all, right? Next one is the HL 3.0, and max speed on this one's what, around 18 miles an hour to what, 30 miles an hour, 33, 30 some. Charge, you can go what, 40 to, is that about 80 miles, 75 miles. So you got two different options for wattage on the motor. You got a 1500 and a 3000, and you've got voltage options at 60 volt with a 20, 22, and a 30 amp. When you look at the pricing, I mean, I guess it starts to add up, but I don't know. I mean, for $300 more, you're getting it loaded. Hydraulic disc brakes again. These are 13-inch tires. And again, this has the different options. Oh wow, 10 amp charger. That's ridiculous. This is a little bit more of an older style scooter. The reason why I threw it in there is because it's 1,000 watt, 25 amp for $859. It's quite a vehicle for the money. All these are priced to sell. I just don't see how these wouldn't sell well here. 14-inch tire. It's a 2.25 width, and again, same max speed options, and then range, what, around 55 miles. Yeah, I mean, 1,000 watt, 25 amp. That's way above average, compared to most e-bikes out there. Next one is the HL 4.0 T. Don't forget the T. It's just another cool bike. I love the fenders on it. That reminds me almost like of an old Studebaker or something. I don't know. It's funny how the things that you look at bring you back to the past and some of your childhood stuff. So max speed on this one's same, around 17 to 30 miles an hour. and then range, you're looking around what, 40, 38 to whatever, it's 70, 78 miles. And power on this one is ridiculous. 2,000 watt, 60 volt, 20, 30, and 45 amp options. And hydraulic disc brakes again. They're 12-inch tires. Um, Now, regarding anything, streetwise, you guys, you know, I don't know if all these things are DOT approved and they're registerable and all those things. So, um, if we feel people are using this for personal use and, you know, not on the street, sounds like this is okay. But, you guys make that call. And if we need to do something where we have to, do something with DOT or any of that stuff, we can. I think the government is making it very advantageous for anything to come into America. They're lowering taxes and everything to try to get more, electric everything, including e-bike, e-scooter, e-moto. And so you would think it wouldn't be too difficult to get some of this stuff approved and registerable as well if you want to go that route. So, full stop on that. HL 5.0S, max speed on this one's around 65 miles an hour, and the range around 30 to 50 miles. And this can carry a major load. It's a ridiculous, 4,000 watt motor, and you have 30 and 50 amp battery options, 10 amp battery or 10 amp charger. There's nothing like skimped on this at all. Like, yeah, this is crazy. It's got a rear top case and a holder for $40 that you can buy as an add-on. And then the 4,000 watt 30 amp is $17.30, while the 4,000 watt 50 amp is $19.99. This is the HL 60S. Max speed on this is, again, that's 17 to around 30, 32, 30 some odd miles an hour. And can go, again, like the 35 to, 75, 80. This also has the 2,000 watt and the 3,000 watt motor option, as well as the 30 and 45 amp. And so you can see the price just gets a little bit more as you go up. And this one's got a 10 amp charger you can upgrade to, and also Bluetooth for another $40. With that, I love the look of this one. It's got little 10-inch tires on it. It's just I think it's a neat looking bike. It reminds me of a little bit of the Bumblebee, the black and yellow. Kind of that classic, I guess, Corvette. I don't know, the 80s Corvette look. Maybe later than that, too. And max speed on this one's around 32 miles an hour-ish. And again, that 45 mile distance, and 1,000 watt motor and 48 volt, 26 amp. Again, this is way above, most e-bikes out there. This thing can fly, and not only that, it charges quick, and it can go pretty far too. Yeah, I want one of these too. This is cool. I mean, yeah, it's $830. I mean, this should sell all day in the shops that are carrying scooters. So here's a beast. HL 6.0 Pro. It looks like a street bike. So again, we got to get make sure it's DOT. I can check with them. Some of them have, some of them don't. We can get it, etc., etc. But it's just I had to leave this bike in here because it's a lot of a lot of the dealers and you. I've been speaking to you and you've been saying, okay, I've got the e-bike, I haven't done the motorcycle yet. Obviously the dirt bikes, or you say I haven't done scooter yet, and so I'm helping you hopefully get into some of those areas with the information here. And there's a lot of my dealers that are serious, power sports, EMoto, and this is kind of the next progression for them as well. I mean, this gets you to where you're almost like a car dealership though, because you got registration, you got insurance, license stuff that you got to deal with. But there's some money to be made here, obviously. It's ridiculous. This is a 5,000 watt motor. Um, Max speed 110 kilometers an hour. I think that may be around 85, 90 miles an hour. So that's ridiculous. Battery capacity is 72 volt, a 50 and a 100 amp option. And I only have the 100 amp option in here. So the 50 is probably going to be, I would say, around 3,600, I'm guessing. I'll be pretty close with that. You can quote me on it. Charger's a 15 amp charger. That's crazy. And it charges in 5 to 8 hours. That's unreal. The technology that they have out now. I'm so used to just the e-bike stuff and kind of where that main lane is, and this is like amazing. This technology it's mind-blowing. So cool. Wow. Anyways, 3850. I mean, an equivalent street bike in America, shouldn't this be like 10 grand? I don't know. I mean, anyways, that's why I had to leave it in there. Well, we can figure out the DOT stuff if we need to. I think there's a good chance we can get it passed too. Like I said, with the government wanting a lot of stuff over here and get rid of all the motors and gas and oil use. Max speed on this, it's a HL 7.0. It's running around 35 miles an hour, maybe a little less, and then can go 50 or 100 kilometers, which is around 30, 38, 78 or something like that. Again, 2,000 watt motor. I mean, that's ridiculous. And a 60 volt with a 30 and a 45 amp battery capacity. Yeah, the average e-bike's like 750 watt, maybe, I don't know, maybe a 30, 36 volts, and maybe it's a 15 amp on average, so this is crazy. Yeah, and tire size on this one's looks like a 14 inch in the back and or a 14 inch in the front and a 12 inch in the back. And you got the 2,000 watt 60 volt 35 amp for 1550, and then go to the 45 amp for 1700. I always say, why even show this one? Like, if the difference of $150 and somebody buying it, probably the odds are they're just going to want the faster one anyways and the more powerful. Q3, I have it in here just for the reason that it's a lot of scooter for the money. I know it's a little bit older school style, but in maybe even international style, to be politically correct, but it's still a cool vehicle that's cheap as heck. I mean, I'm just looking at it from the standpoint of people that need transportation and they're on a budget. I mean, this might be a little better for them, maybe than even an e-bike, because you got 1,000 watt. I mean, 48 volt, 20 and 30 amp options, 699 and 759. I mean, that's, I don't know, it's just ridiculous. That's such a good price. It's got the little 10-inch wheels, so I think it's a cool get around towner. And man, it's got some pep. It's got some power to it. Same thing with this one. This one's got a bit more than the other. This Q5, it's same speed, but it can go 80 kilometers. So you're talking 60 miles. So this is for somebody that's got a bit more of a commute, or maybe doesn't have a car and This is it. I mean, 1200 watt, 60 volt, 25 and 50 amp options. It's got 4-inch tires and 1200 60 volt 25 amp 1375 1200 60 volt 550 amp 1600. So pretty cool scooter. Not bad looking, right? This I wanted to do, add a couple trikes. I have requests a lot for three wheel cargo, certain types, and this one's really interesting because it's got a cage underneath the seat where you literally you can put an animal, like I don't know, like a dog or a cat, or I don't, I mean, anyways, or stuff. I mean, you want to torture an animal but on a ride, but I mean, maybe they'll enjoy it. I don't know. It's electric, so no noise, so maybe it's not so bad. But anyways, kind of interesting. So I've seen these before. I've never seen one live, but I've seen these animal, cage pen kind of things, and I assume that's what this is. If I'm wrong, sorry. I got dogs. I've had cats my whole life. I've had animals my whole life. So yeah, don't come after me, PETA folks, because I'm with you. Max speed on this is 18 miles an hour. It can go around what 30 plus 32, 33 miles. And 1,000 watt motor. I mean, that's why I left it in here. It's 48 volt, 28 amp. I mean, that's pretty beefy for 12.99. I mean, yeah, hard to find an e-bike in that same category of price and the specs, especially with it being, you know, um, somewhat of a, I don't know if you call it a cargo bike or utilitarian type of trike, if you will. But that's pretty cool. Yeah, it is a pet scooter. See, I've seen these before. Yeah, I don't know. It's I had the little uh, the toe, the thing that you attach to the bike in the back. I have that one. It's made for children, but I did it for my dogs. But one of my dogs just did not like it and wanted out all the time, so I couldn't use it. Here's another cool trike. Max speed on this is around 32 again, 60 kilometers, so you're looking around 45 plus miles distance. Again, the 1,000 watt, 60 volt, 25 amp. It's got the 13 and 12-inch tires, so a little bit bigger tire in the front, and yeah, I mean $1,400. This could definitely do some cargo stuff, and it's just cool looking, like a chopper looking vehicle, right? We're wrapping up here soon. These are just some funky ones I kept in. Uh, Single band golf cart. I really believe in these. I think it's going to be the wave of the future when it comes to golf courses and even country clubs and whatnot, because it actually it's lighter. It ruins the grass less, especially when it's wet or damaged already, and it's more efficient. I mean, obviously, gas versus electric. It's the cheaper to maintain. It's a cheap product, or it's less expensive, I should say, and um, you can speed up play. I mean, golf courses could probably add another, I don't know, 20% tee times with this, as everybody has their own individual versus doing the three two-seater and the four-seaters, which slow down play, and they wreck the lawn, and they're expensive to maintain and buy. So I don't know. I love this, and I think in the future this is something I'm going to be doing. So if there's dealers that are interested in this and going in, there's some logistics stuff that I think has to be solved, and it's not going to be. There's going to be some price that we're going to have to invest to share these, but I think there's a way to do it. So, anyways, max power in this is 1,000 watt, 60 volt, 25 amp, 1499. Golf courses should be jumping at this, right? And here's just some electric vehicles that I just wanted to keep in here. I know we're not there. We got to. There's probably DOT approvals. Some of it may already have it. I know they have certifications because they can't sell without it. My wife's in China right now. She's Chinese. She said that there's a ton of people that drive these cars in China now, or these vehicles. So, anyways, so yeah, just the max speed on this 60 kilometers, which is what, around 40, 45 plus. And you can go about what is that, 70 to 100 miles on a charge, and it can handle a lot. I mean, 6,000 watt um, motor, 72 volt, and a 100 amp battery, and that's the small one. It's interesting how they have Chinese battery and Korea battery. Anyways, the Korea battery is more interesting. Um, and SK cells, lithium, yeah, 25 amp charger, crazy. Wow. Oh, you can add AC for 500 bucks. Me in California, my first car was an AC, and my left arm was sunburned all the time. The next one, or the Korean battery, is 111.2 amps. They had to add the dot two on at $6,800, and the 166.8 amp, 7,400, and then obviously the other one, the 100 amp, is 6,200. So pretty amazing. It looks like a little pickup, right? Um, it's almost like a 4 by, if you will. This is the same one, but it has a ice box, and so they call it a cargo, EV 600, and again, same with the battery. A little bit more expensive with the box. It's got 6,400, and then 68 and 770 for the 166 amp difference, and then obviously the air conditioning as well. So, yeah, I hope we see more of these vehicles around. I know it's not something you can drive, maybe cross country or even cross state. I guess you can, but it'd be nice to see more. Something more efficient. Right now, it's all SUVs, right? I've got my CT200H Lexus hybrid, so I'm an exception to the rule, I guess. Um, I love the technology, so I just don't. I don't just sell it. I live it. The battery and motor car, love it. Anyways, this one is the EV300 M1, and let's see what it's got. Max speed's around 32 ish. Range, ooh, you're looking at, okay, around 80 to 130 miles, something like that. That's pretty respectable. 3,000 watt, 72 volt, 100 amp. It's 5,999, and then the 111, 166, or 6,300 and 6,999. Uh, yeah, so it's pretty cool vehicle. Yeah, and AC again, 500 bucks, and then this looks like the same, just a little bit different style, the EV400 M2. So let's see what we got here. Max speed on this one's around 40, 38, 40. Same distance. I forgot to read the climbing abilities, but you guys can see that. And give me a call if you have any questions on anything. 6-phase PMSM. Battery capacity we talked about. And yeah, so 5,999 to 7,200 from the 100 to 166 amp. That's it. So scroll back up to the top and just say thank you for sitting in, and Zhihang Luqi Intelligent Technology. Let me know what you're interested in, what you want. If it's something not in here, something else where you need me to find and us to go get for you, send us the specs. Give me a call. Let's talk shop and I'll help you go get it. Have a good day. Take care.